let's finish up the feet. Before we move on to our last set of steps we need to animate, notice this area here. See how low the character is going? As he's going this low, notice the irregular angle that the bottom or the lower leg and the feet are in. Okay. Well, we're going to want to bring up the raised ball at about this time. Otherwise, pretty much the character's ankles will be snapping near now. So we'll bring back our control curves. Let's select our feet control, go to our foot controls, go to our graph editor, and focus on our raised ball channels. And there's the other. Alright, great. So now we can hit F to frame them. And we want to first go to about the point where the feet would start to rise up. So that's going to be at around frame 37. So there we can key the raised ball. And then as the character lowers even more, we'll go to about the point he's at a low point, almost where he's at his lowest. So in about frame 54, let's go there and bring up the raised ball some. Alright, great. So now we give the character's feet a better position. Here's what we have, and when we hit play, here's how it looks. Alright, great. Okay, now we don't want him stepping up like this, like he has high heels on. So we'll fix that up. What we want to do is go ahead and have the feet plant at around the time where the character is about to step up. So on frame 63, let's put in a value of 0 for the raised ball. Okay, and what we also want is a little hold so the feet don't just come up and then drop and go back into this wrong pose here. What we want to have happen is them stay up for a little bit longer and then come down. So we'll have that type of hold on about frame 59, okay, before the feet come down. So let's go to frame 54, and we can middle mouse button click on frame 59 and key the raised ball. Alright, great. Now we don't want this flat tangency. We don't want this flat line here. Remember, organic characters won't have that flat line in their motion. So we're going to want to fix that, but we'll also even offset the time at which one foot rises from the other, and that's going to add also to more of a natural, more appealing motion in our character's feet. Okay, so let's work on that now. We're actually going to offset the left foot, so let's just select that, and in its raised ball channel, what we'll do is first of all take this key that's on frame 37, and let's bring it back about a few frames to the right, so it now lies on, let's say, about frame 42. So now watch what we get. We get this nice roll off from both feet from the offset. Great. And then what we'll do is go ahead and lower this pose on frame 59 a bit, just to offset it from the right. And we'll also lower the right foot so that we don't get this still pose from frames 54 to 59 from the right foot roll or the ball raise. Okay, so there's our left foot. That looks better. Now let's go ahead and work on that right foot, and all we need to do on it is just take this key and move it down a little bit. Okay, not as much as the left. Again, so we could have that nice natural offset. Excellent. So with that now done, we can go ahead and work on our last steps. Okay, so for this we have the left foot coming back first. Let's select that and work on it. We'll hit F to frame our keys, and what we want to have happen here is basically we want to make sure that we have keys set on the frames we need them to be on, and we sure do right now on frames 107 and 116. Alright, great. So now we have translate Y keys there. Let's go ahead and check out our raised toe, and we need keys here, so let's add them. So on frame 107 we'll key the translate Y, or not the translate Y, sorry, the raised toe, and then also on frame 116. Okay, then we can lift up the foot on about frame 112. We'll go ahead and raise up the foot. That left foot, we could even focus more on that side. Okay, so we'll raise it up a bit, not much at all. As a small step as far as the height goes. Alright, great. And then it plants on frame 116. And what we'll also do is key our raised ball channel so that once that foot plants, it'll be on the football, and then, or the ball of the foot will be raised, and then it'll plant a few frames after, giving us a nice roll off on the foot. So let's go to frame 112 and we'll key our raised ball, set to 0 there. And then on 116, when that raised toe plants, we'll just raise up the foot here. Great, and we could even check out our tangency to see how our keys are looking. Great. And then we'll have that foot plant on, let's have it plant at about frame 118. So we'll go to the raised ball and put in a value of 0. So here's what we get when we hit play. Great, we're getting this nice footstep. Now we can work on the translate Y motion. Okay, so making sure that foot is lifting off the floor. So on frame 112, we'll go ahead and raise up the foot slightly. Select this key on 112, hit F, and just take the key on frame 116, break the tendency, and lift up the left half. Great, so now we get this nice feeling of weight in the step. Awesome. So there's our left foot step, pretty much finished up. And now we can go ahead and work on the right. So we'll select that, and what we want to do here is basically raise up the raised heel, okay, as the right leg is pulling back, as it is. That heel is going to want to raise up. So let's animate that. What we'll do is on about frame 112, we'll go to the raise heel, set a key, okay, and this is just before the foot's going to lock up. And then on frame 117, we'll raise up the raise heel here to the point where the leg has a slight bend in it. Great. So here's what we get. Awesome. And then as we scrub through on about frame 122, we can go ahead and drop the raise heel here. And we're going to want to raise up the raised toe, but let's make sure we have a key there for the raised toe. And we sure don't, so we need a key on the raised toe. So let's go to frame 117 and key the raised toe at 0. And also key it at 0 on frame 127. And then on 122, we'll just raise it up. Like that. So here's what we get, this nice foot roll going back. Okay, and we can also key our raised ball here. So let's go to frame 22 and key the raised ball set to 0. 27, we'll lift it up. And let's plant it on frame 130. So we'll put in a value of 0 there. Great, so here's what we get out of our footstep. Excellent. And then we'll go to the translate Y and work on it. So the foot's going to plant at about 127. We'll key the foot at 0 on 127. And we already have a key on frame 117 with the translate Y set to 0. So we'll just go ahead and raise it up slightly on frame 122. Okay, and then we can again select the this key on frame 127 and adjust the tangency like so. Alright, so with that done, those are our footsteps. But let's go ahead and do a play blast to make sure we like our steps before we can call them finished. So we'll find a nice view and start off a render. How about from this angle here? Here it is. Great. Alright, so our footsteps are finished up, and that finishes this lesson. In the next lesson, we're now ready to begin working on adding shifts in the upper body. So we're just about finished with the heavy pull.